Exciting bunch of days, an exciting week, yeah, there's going to be lots and lots of activities going on, and obviously this is just the beginning of the migration of the whales, and so we just celebrate their return as well as welcoming in spring and all the new things that come along with that. I would say next to Yuki Days, this is definitely one of the biggest things that happens here, and it's just, to me, there's such a variety of guests that come here, some just for the art and the music, and some obviously to spend time with their kids, and then of course there is the learning, educational and science aspect of it as well. For me, one of the things that I love about the festival is just how together the communities feel, and I really think that's the spirit of the festival. Not just bringing together all the locals, but inviting all the visitors and just creating this huge community of people, and I think that's a good part. For us here at Black Rock, the two kind of favorite events that we participate in are the Photo Showdown, which is a local photo contest, and the Art Splash. And that is one of my favorite things. And we do host the Art Splash for the entire week of the event. This is all done from locals here, and both more seasoned senior artists as well as youth and the children from the local schools. So some really impressive pieces, and it's definitely always worth a visit.
Is it stuck to you already?
Yeah, really.
You need me to unattach you now?
We're a catch and release aquarium, so everything we bring in, and we try to release as much of it as we can. Some of the stuff begins to grow in here, and so it has to stay, but for the most part, everything goes back. We keep things between 6 months and a year, and it's all caught within 5 kilometers. So half of our exhibits are touch tanks, and I think that tactile experience is really important. It's what ties you to the ocean. We have volunteer divers that help us, and then the rest of us go out, we do intertidal walks. And it's a slow process. We have to be very careful because a lot of them are sensitive. And each zone that we go to is about 1 day of collecting. Well, originally when this building was designed, the architects budgeted at about $3 million or so would be the project, and the community donated so much. All of the painting, the beams were donated, the trees were salvaged. We did a work experience program to train people to clean acrylic, and we salvaged all the tanks from research projects, other aquariums and universities. So the whole building itself came in at about $1.8 million, and part of that was some federal and provincial funding. But it's really been the whole community, which was really, that's I think the coolest part.
Every year is different. It has been unbelievable. The community support, as you can see behind us, this is unbelievable. It just gets better and better and more well attended each year. So the Chatter Chowdown. I would say that this is probably one of the most anticipated events. We've got 7 competing restaurants from Tofino and Ucluelet. And everyone's going head to head for the best chowder, so that's great. So they actually get a trophy that they get to display in the restaurant or business that wins. We get a big article in the newspaper, in the local newspaper, shouts out on the radio. Our festival website puts it all up, so we create a huge buzz around it. And then for the entire tourist season, tourists just flock to whoever's got the best chowder. So yeah, it's all just a big party.
One of the greatest things about living in Tofino and living on the west coast here is having both a wonderful old-growth temperate rainforest and, of course, the open ocean, but also we have miles and miles of protected inlet waterways, both in Clayoquot Sound but also in Barkley Sound to the south. So you have just this whole plethora of Mother Nature's best. You know, you just cannot help but appreciate nature, and that's really what Tofino, Ucluelet, and the whole west coast is really all about. To go out whale watching, to go see black bears in their natural habitat, maybe see a gray wolf wander on the shoreline, go up to Hot Springs Cove, soak in those springs for a day, you will feel like, you know, nothing else matters in the world. It's just, and then wander through a temperate old-growth rainforest in the afternoon with the mist dripping off the cedar boughs. You know, it could be 1,000 years ago, you know, just like that. More and more we're an urban population, and nature and weather is almost something to be avoided or be protected against, where here Mother Nature definitely rules. If you haven't been to Tofino recently, or if you've never been, you don't know what you're missing. Pacific Rim National Park, the UNESCO Biosphere, miles of beaches, miles of trails through the ancient temperate rainforest. They're here waiting, and we're ready to welcome you. So come on in.
Whoa, how, whoa.